Welcome to the partnership path in real life. Ever felt the gap between theory and reality? We're here to bridge that. Dive into real stories, real challenges, and real successes from professionals just like you in the partner and channel management world. Each episode is a journey, a lesson from those who've walked the partnership path, faced the challenges, and reaped the rewards. Whether you're a seasoned partner manager or just starting your journey, this is where theory meets practice. Ready to see the real side of partnership? Let's get started.
Well, hello, Adriana. It is so good to see you, and I am so excited to have you on the podcast. Thank you for being willing to do this. But let me start by letting you introduce yourself to our listeners. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you work, and how long you've been working with partners.
Okay, thank you, John, for inviting me. I'm Adriana Gutiérrez. I've been working with partners, for the last 20 years. But lately, I've been very focused on developing partners around Latin America. My previous job was at Infor, and for 10 years, I run the strategy for Latin partners. And right now, I'm working for AWS at the leading the North and the South America partners for Amazon. So, well, thank you very much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on the podcast, Adriana, for so many reasons. One, just because we always have a good time when we're talking together, but also because you bring such a great perspective to this audience of specifically Latin America. We don't get a lot of opportunity to have people like you on. And so I'm super thrilled that you're here.
Thank you.
So let's this episode, what we want to do today is essentially talk a little bit about the episode we just published, which was on why how do you use why to drive your partnerships. So let's just start with, when you listened to that episode, what was your reaction? What resonated for you, and what'd you think?
We never question enough why.
Yeah.
Why we are together, what we want to get, or where we want to arrive, or what we want to achieve. So I think that was when I was listening to the episode, I was like questioning myself and questioning my team. I don't think we're questioning enough. Why are we together, and why do I, as a vendor, want to work with you, and why this partner wants to work with me? So and as you mentioned on that episode as well, I think that's the base of the relationship. If we do have that clear, then we can start building the house. But with that, the house may fall apart at any time.
Yeah, and it's so easy to get caught up in the transactional nature of what we do with partners, right? And sometimes that becomes everything. And then you find out you're not even where you're supposed to be, right? You're somewhere completely different because the partnership sort of took you away, right? It just took you down a path you didn't want to go. Yeah. I love it. This is so, as I'm listening to you talk, I'm thinking about the fact, because I've had a chance to see your kids in the background sometimes, right? And that whole time frame as parents, when our kids are asking us why, right? Yeah. It's such a good reminder of sometimes we need to ask that why question for stuff that, like, we don't normally ask why, right? And talk to me about that with partners. Like, where are those times?
And I really think that sometimes it is not on a comfort zone to ask why, because maybe it would lead you to a conversation that you probably don't want to have. So that was the first thing I thought when I arrived here at Amazon. There are a lot of partners. We have around 12,000 partners for Latin America.
Yeah.
And I was thinking most of them are not even managed by ourselves. They can be self-service.
Yep.
But and I was thinking, why will a partner wants to work with us and being self-service? What are they taking from this?
Yeah.
And on the other hand, the partners that we do work together closely, why they would like to work with us as well. So the, I think we don't question enough, and we don't put that conversation, even if it is awkward or even if it take
Yeah.
you to a path that you don't want to be there, but that will give you the right, or that will give you like the hmm, missing the word in English, but that will give you like the line or the way, well, you will
Yeah.
take that relationship, because
That's right.
that's the structure that will give you the sense of where are we going to be together. It could
Yeah.
be, hey, I've, or sometimes it happens, I've realized that most of the companies in the market wants to work with you because you're such a popular brand. If you were the
Yeah.
first one who put together this business of the cloud business in front of everyone, or available for everyone, so I want to work with you because that you're the brand, the most known brand.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
enough? Would that be enough for me to invest in you? So I think we probably are not, and every time we have a relationship with a partner, we are not questioning that question enough. We
Yeah.
are not
Yeah.
talking about the why enough. And that's something I think, or that should be the start of our any relationship. Why you
Yeah.
want to work with us.
Yeah. And to keep revisiting that too, right? Because as both of us kind of evolve our businesses, sometimes that why can change. And so if we stop asking why, or at least confirming why, it can get really messed up. Yeah. Well, so let me ask you this. One of the things we really try and do on these in real life episodes is get super pragmatic, super tactical. So, talk to me a little bit about either in your current role or in your previous role, like what are some of the like tricks or tips or whatever that you used with your teams to make sure that they're asking the question why? Like how do we make that practical for people?
So it's not easy to start with this conversation if you are not first talking to the right person.
Yeah.
And second, if you don't have a relation with that person. But I advise my team, and when I was a team for before, what we did to the team, or what I recommend to the team, is just go and have a conversation with that person. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you don't know them yet.
Yeah.
It should be like an opportunity to understand what they are thinking, what are their objectives, and where they want to go. So it's like a reasonable way to start and build a relation with that person that is probably strategic for you to understand the reason
Yeah.
why they want to be with you on the
Yeah.
business, you know? So
Yeah.
my recommendation is just go ahead, because you're always making excuses. No,
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable. That a businessman is probably too busy to talk to
Yeah.
me, or probably he would think I'm not good enough, or I don't have the status, or I don't
Yeah.
have the whatever.
Yeah.
So you start making excuses because you're avoiding a conversation that is but what you don't understand is that having this conversation is so important for the future of your relationship, that
Yeah.
you need to overcome that,
Yeah.
whatever is stopping you of having that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the other excuses I've heard a lot too is that people assume, right? So the channel manager, the partner account manager says, "Well, I mean, isn't it obvious?" And you're like, "No, actually it's not." Right? Everybody is in this for a different reason, and if you assume, you're probably wrong.
Exactly. And sometimes it's difficult because probably you will have the answer that you don't like to have.
Yeah.
So, for example, right now we have an incredible big company that comes from Latin America. It's a partner that started at Argentina, and they have become a global partner. And they're
Yep.
very big, but probably Latin America is not the most important region for them.
Yeah.
I've been wondering why my channel manager doesn't want to talk to them about the why. And that's the reason,
Yeah.
because hey, you as LATAM are probably not the region that I want to invest more or that I want to be
Yeah.
bigger. So sometimes it's because we know that the answer of that question is not the right one. But if you're the strategic manager, you will know that that answer will give you the right opportunity to
Yeah.
realize that probably this is not the right partner for you to invest,
That's right.
even though it's a big partner, even though it has
Yep.
amazing resources or whatever. But probably due to the answer of that question, you will need to
Yep.
focus on other partners.
It's so true, Adriana. I mean, how often do we avoid asking questions that we don't because we're afraid of what the answer is? And yet, by not asking, all we do is sort of propagate and extend this kind of mediocre relationship and then wonder why we're not getting out of it what we want. If we would have just asked the question, then we could either make a decision, like you're saying, we're not going to invest, or now we go, okay, so now I know what I need to do. I've got to convince you that LATAM is the right place to invest, right? At least now I know what I'm dealing with. But running around in the dark, that's the worst, right? That's the worst thing you can do.
And probably is not going to be the best for your career
No.
path. You know, if
Yeah.
you're always like no not putting this question in front
Yeah.
of the starting of the relationship, of the ongoing relationship, then you will not be the successful partner manager that you should, and that you probably have all the qualifications to be. But
Yep.
not knowing what are the partners that you are going to bet for, that is
Yep.
going to mess up with your career.
Yeah. And the other thing you said that I really love is even if you don't have a relationship with that person yet, with that stakeholder, it's still an okay thing to do. And the truth is asking why is actually a great way to build that relationship, right?
Yeah.
Because it's such an insightful question of, well, help me understand why this is such an important partnership to you. What is it you're trying to get out of it so that I can try and respond to that? Executives love that kind of conversation.
And John, probably, and as you and I have been in this industry for so long, we know that there's sometimes the owners of our partners are not actually businessmen. They
That's
have
right.
been in technology for so long. They are very known consultant. They have a lot of knowledge, but they are not businessmen. So bringing these questions with those type of partners is so important because that would give some light to them for where they want to go, how they want to build
Yeah.
their business. So in any case, this is
Yeah.
the right question to start the relationship or to continue or grow your relationship
Yeah.
if you haven't done it yet.
Sometimes I get a little nervous, Adriana, because so much of what I encourage people to do is so simple. Like, I mean, the answer to our question today is, just go ask, right? Like, it's not really complicated. And I think, well, shouldn't I make it more complicated? But it's not. It really is just go ask. Yeah.
And definitely, if we want to ramp up what we have been talking to, I want to challenge every channel manager that sees us to go and get out of that comfort zone, to get
Yeah.
out of the assumption zone, and go and ask the partner why they would like to work with
Yeah.
you as a vendor, as a company. What is the value that the joint relationship will bring to customers? And well, that will improve a lot, not only the relationship with that stakeholder, but a lot what
Yeah.
you want to do with that partner in the next years.
For sure. That is a perfect place for us to close. Adriana, this was so fun. Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us. I hope you will let me ask you to come back again some other time for another topic when you hear one of our topic episodes between Tony and I, and you think, oh, I want to talk about that. Man, you just give me a call. We'll get you on. All right.
Of course, John, thank you. I just love to see you and to help everyone that sees us.
Thanks, Adriana. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the partnership path in real life today. Remember, the real world tests theories and creates leaders. Don't stop here. Subscribe, learn, and grow with us. Let's make every experience count. Until our next real life story.